Today, we're going beyond just recipes. We're going to dive deep into the fundamental forces that actually transform our food. We're talking about the elemental art of cooking.
I mean, think about it. Take a simple potato. It can become a fluffy baked potato, a super crispy French fry, or a soft, creamy part of a stew. It's the exact same ingredient, but you get totally different results. So, what's the deal?
Well, the secret isn't really in the recipe card. It's about understanding the fundamental forces at play. We're talking fire, water, how you combine them, and even time itself. If you can master these, you can basically transform any ingredient you want. So, let's start with the first one.
We're going to kick things off with the most primal element of all, fire. This is the world of dry heat cooking. So think no water, just pure, direct, transformative energy.
Grilling has to be our most ancient way of cooking, right? It's all about that direct contact with an open flame or those glowing hot coals. And that intense heat is what gives us that amazing char and that smoky flavor that we all love.
Okay, now let's step inside and head to the oven. You've heard of roasting and baking, and yeah, they both use that dry, hot air. But here's the key difference. It's all about what you're cooking. You roast things that already have their solid shape, like a chicken or some vegetables, to get them nice and brown. But you bake things that start out as a liquid or a dough and need that heat to set up, like breads and cakes.
Ah, I love this. It's so true, isn't it? That sound, that sizzle, that is pure chemistry happening right in front of you. So let's see how we can master the flame right on the stovetop.
Now, pan frying is probably something you do all the time. You're using a good bit of oil in a hot pan. That oil is what conducts the heat perfectly, giving you a beautiful crispy crust on the outside while the inside stays really tender.
And then you've got deep frying. We're talking about totally submerging your food in some seriously hot oil. That intense heat cooks things incredibly fast, and that's how you get that ultimate golden brown crunchy exterior. It is an absolute game changer for texture.
All right, so we've played with the intensity of fire. Now let's switch gears completely and talk about the gentle, transformative power of water. This is moist heat cooking, and it unlocks a whole different world of textures and flavors.
Okay, now this is really cool, because it shows that cooking with water isn't just one thing. It's a whole spectrum. At the super gentle end, you've got poaching. No bubbles, just calm heat, perfect for delicate things like eggs or fish. In the middle, you dial it up to a simmer. You see those small, lazy bubbles? That's the secret to tender stews. And then, at the top end, you've got a full rolling boil at 100 degrees Celsius, which is great for hearty stuff like pasta.
Steaming is another really gentle method. Here, the food never even touches the liquid. It's cooked by the hot vapor, by the steam alone. And this is fantastic for preserving the food's natural texture, its vibrant color, and all those good nutrients.
So we've looked at fire and we've looked at water, but what happens when you combine them? Well, that's where some of the most complex, most delicious dishes are really born.
And this illustrates that idea perfectly. Braising is like a beautiful two-step dance. First, you use dry heat. You sear your meat to get that deep, caramelized crust. That's just pure flavor. Then, you add your liquid and switch to moist heat, a long, slow simmer that breaks everything down until it's unbelievably tender and rich. But hey, combining methods doesn't always mean low and slow. It can also be incredibly fast. Think about stir-frying. You're in a wok over super high heat with constant motion to cook everything in a flash. Sautéing is kind of its cousin. It's got similar speed, but it's done in a pan with more of a gentle toss. It's often that first step to building flavor before you add anything else.
All right, for our final element, we're moving beyond heat altogether. This one is totally invisible, but it is incredibly powerful. We're talking about how time itself can cook and transform food. The whole idea here is transformation without any heat. Curing uses salt to create something amazing like bacon. Fermentation, that's letting microbes do their work to develop the complex flavors in kimchi or yogurt. Drying just removes water to preserve fish, and pickling uses vinegar to make pickles. All of these methods are just using time to create brand new tastes.
So let's bring it all together. This slide right here, this is your new toolkit. You can see each element, the methods that go with it, and the results you're going to get. Fire gives you intensity and crust. Water gives you tenderness. When you combine them, you get richness and depth. And time, well, time unlocks a whole new world of complexity and preservation. This is literally the code behind every single recipe.
So, the next time you step into your kitchen, don't just see a pile of ingredients in a recipe. See the elements that you have at your command. You're not just a cook, you're basically commanding the forces of nature. So the only question left is, which force are you going to command tonight?